Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Domas going back on a walk today. Um, Very cold summer this summer, but just met one friend from where I was working at the center for children before, and something to do with children in my environment. I like working with children and working with people like on the spectrum, for example, or having certain disabilities, and it changes your perspective. It changes your mind somehow. You got to start thinking like the kid. You got to start thinking like the other person. You got to start thinking why they're acting a certain way, and I guess that's empathy too, where you um, sort of join forces, and you try to solve the problems that come up for them. Like, for example, this kid that I just met, we used to draw like each other's portraits with her and just sit and draw and talk, and it was fine. It was like a good time spent together. But the other kids, they didn't get that that's one way to sort of peacefully spend your time and have, I don't know, fruitful conversations, have to waste less energy and to be less angry. And you know now I meet these kids. I don't work there anymore, um, but I meet these kids on the street, and we have a few minute chats here and there, like how's it going. Like, they're like proper, I look at them like they're grown-ups. Like, I speak to them like they're grown-ups, because I don't want to be spoken to as if I'm a kid, like all patronizing and stuff. You know, we don't chat for too long, just couple minutes. How is it going? And with some, it's just like a few seconds, but they still remember me, and it was funny to kind of see how little groups are forming in these at this workplace. Like bullying is real. Like, people would join forces. There was some kids that would just like instigate some kind of like evil plan against whoever. It could be a kid, it could be an adult, and then everyone kind of like, they want to get along with that kid, so they just start bullying that person, and not getting along and not talking, ignoring, being passive aggressive. And these kids are coming from families where they don't have enough time for them. Parents are working, and they just loose, like they're just all over the place. And yeah, so it was kind of difficult for me with some of them. I just wanted to spend a chill time with them, and I was taking things too personally. When some kid wouldn't like me, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I'm doing something wrong. So sometimes it wasn't like you're doing anything wrong. Sometimes maybe it's just not the place for you to work at, because you need certain kind of abilities to, I don't know, just get over things. Like, I take things to heart, and I need a lot of breathing time. Like just spend a lot of time digesting what happened, and I don't know how it will be if I'll be working with children again in the future. But I don't know, there's that pure sense of the smile, on their face when they see you is like genuine, like they obviously got their own problems and their own issues, but they're smiling, they're happy, they want to communicate with you. Not all of them, but so it's not like working with adults when it's like a bit more complicated, a bit older and rigid, and to keep that childish innocence is so important. I think it's, I don't know, it keeps you kind of stuck to the real things. It keeps you focused on what really matters, because you're gonna go through this life and you're not gonna enjoy it, like you're not gonna feel what it is to be alive. So, sort of like, what's the point, if you just go through life working and not taking a break, not spending time with your families. Like, I was listening to this interview with, I guess, this millionaire who worked, I think I mentioned it, who worked on AI for 50 years, and when asked what would he do differently if he could, he said, because he had enough money to support himself and support his family, and he just said, I would have spent more time with my wife, with my children, because I don't know, maybe because of work he couldn't, or maybe he just chose not to. And I think we're in a time of like really enjoying ourselves, because if we're just working and trying to make ends meet, all the time, like maybe we're doing something wrong. Like if we're not enjoying it, like I haven't worked in the job for a month now, or a bit more maybe, and I can really feel how I sort of miss it. But I know that when I'm gonna go back to work, I really want to do like deep work, on myself, and really miss it until when I can do it and I'm doing what I want to do, I will be really committed to it, so I'm just looking forward to that. But why did I speak about children? It's like to keep that genuine sort of intensity. Like I have friends that are like that, and I miss them because they, just speaking to them a little bit used to bring like smile to my face, because they had that innocence. They have that innocence, and I don't say it's like naivety. It's more like they know what they have and they're protecting it. They know what they have and they're protecting it, like, because everybody wants it. Everybody wants that innocence. I think world, like the, call it evil side, is feeding on that innocence, feeding on those pure souls, and instead of feeding on it, we need to remember that we have it, but maybe not all of us has it. Not all of us is able to tap into it, or maybe some people have really sold their soul to the devil, so they don't have a pure soul. they have something corrupted. And I don't know, I'm not saying I'm pure, but I don't know, something inside me stretched me to go back home, to go back to where I was a child, where I grew up, and remember that, once I was a child too, and that child is still in there. And you have it too. And I think that's that angel side of you that's talking, that's trying to come out, that's doing its work, or that is forgotten. Because it could also be that it's forgotten inside of you. And tapping into that, I think it's so important. Like today I needed to go for a walk. I couldn't stay inside. I was like, I'm gonna go for a long walk. I'm gonna give my inner child a long walk, and then I'm gonna get to do my work, whatever that work is going to be, because I can, because I allow myself to, and you can allow that too. So hopefully you will do that today. I love you. I appreciate you for who you are and what you do. I am grateful that you came onto this walking and talking part today, which I'm really enjoying as well. And I think it's also coming back to like the nature and just being outside is really doing its job, and breathing fresh air, and just being with the nature. Simple things are free, like the most fun things are free. So I think we forget that. It's not computers that make you happy. I mean, yeah, they can bring you lots of money, but also, I don't know, so that one state was building, I don't know, like a processor as big as that would use so much electricity that it could power, I don't know if it was the whole nation or the whole world. It was something crazy like that. So when they're telling us about climate change or CO2, emissions and carbon footprint, it's like, what about these companies that just using so much water to power these processors? Like, I mean, it's just not making sense to me. We're going backwards, I was listening to something about negative self-talk. The Navajo, the Indian people, the Native Americans, they were saying that negative self-talk is like devil's work. It was like people that came along and started to tell them that you can't do this, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that. It was like forbidden to speak like that, something along the lines of that. So I want you to know, on an ending note, that you're powerful, you're strong, you're not weak. You can do this, whatever you're doing. You're stronger than what you think you are. And I'm telling this to myself as I'm telling this to you. You are marvelous. You are wonderful. And I enjoy this walk with you because I love walking and talking. And I do think about more things actually when I'm not drawing. It's refreshing to do one and another. It's refreshing to go between the mediums. Sometimes you just gotta be on your own sometimes with your own thoughts and feelings. So yeah, trust your instinct, trust your gut feeling. Don't eat that much food. We don't need that much food. Eat healthy and drink water and pray for just pray for yourself, for others as well, for the betterness of the world, for a better tomorrow. So I thank you. I wish you a great day, great morning, great evening, great nighttime. And I will see you in the next one. I love you guys. Take care and peace. Smile.